Good evening and welcome to the Glens County Council meeting of Tuesday, April 28th. As you can see, we are socially distancing here for the coronavirus, and we're going to start the Pledge of Allegiance with Mr. Collins.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we do have a phone hooked up, so if someone does want to come in, I think the way we'll have to do it is we'll have to interrupt what we're doing and answer the questions that we do have. So, I will start with committee reports. Mr. Enbury?
I have none.
And Mr. Collins?
The Sustainability Committee has quite a bit to report. So let's see, the new charging stations for electric cars are up and working. There's 2 on Elm Street, 1 on Murray Street, 1 on Haviland's Cove, 1 at Civic Center, 2 at the ice rink, 1 at Eastfield, 1 at DPW, and 1 at the YMCA. Each of those stations has 2 charging ports. We've had, in the first 2 weeks of them being up and working, we've had 90 charging stations or charging sessions already. And so they're up and they're running, and it's a great thing. 97% of the cost of these charging stations will be covered by grant money. We were at 100%, but we had to move one, and the way that the funding goes, it won't completely cover it. But those, they're up, they're running. The bill has gone into Suzanne to approve. Once that's paid, we're thinking that NYSERDA will have our money within about 2 weeks from the time that we submit the bill to them, or that we pay the bill, excuse me. So the next thing for us to do is to create a pricing scheme, I should say, for a way to charge people minimal amounts. So even though that the stations themselves were covered by grant money, we'll try to find a way so that the city can make sure we're not losing money. It costs us about $1 for somebody to charge their car from empty to full in electric. So we'll find a way to make that work to allow, make sure everybody's getting usage and access to them. So it's great news for us. We had for as far as the community choice aggregation, the RFP goes out in early May and next week. In early June, we will have solid numbers for the city council and for you guys to consider, and then options. And then I think the mayor, you had said you wanted to set up a special, probably a meeting. We'll have 2 weeks from the time we have solid numbers, 3 different options for us to pay. We'll have a council meeting. We'll take a vote, decide what of the pricing structures we are most comfortable with. And then we'll be in the community choice aggregation business. That'll happen probably around early June. We'll have 2 weeks of notice to set up a council meeting for us all to look at and consider those things. Our Climate Smart Communities grant, the contract was sent to you, Mayor, this week. It's a $43,500 grant that we've been waiting on, really. We've already made these decisions. This grant will help us to take greenhouse gas inventories for the city and our climate action plans. It'll formalize Glens Falls as a climate smart community, and that will allow us more recognition and eligibility towards other grants in the future. It's also our pretty much our last steps for Glens Falls to be designated a clean energy community. We'll have 9 out of the 10 steps completed, and therefore have the stature and be able to get more grants in the future in 2021 and beyond. So it's a great opportunity for us. The contracts finally come to us, and we will get the money. The last that I have for you is the LED Streetlight Conversion. National Grid has finally agreed on final pricing. We haven't gotten that yet. We'll have it very soon, but they've agreed on. So we're waiting for National Grid to tell us what the cost of the light arm is for the city of Glens Falls. We will be in this conversion. We'll buy those arms, and then they will be ours. We'll replace them with LED streetlights. National Grid will still own the pole, we'll own the alarm, or the arm and the light fixture. And so we should have proposals from fiber that we, the Sustainability Committee, will be looking at. We'll have a final budget for you. We'll also be, in this next month, Sustainability Committee will be meeting and looking at our options regarding smart technology that comes with this. It's in the budget for this. And then we'll present to the council probably in about 3 weeks to a month. We should be able to have solid numbers and a budget for you to look at, and also know what technologies we suggest that you guys, that are included with the lights for it. So that's all coming to a head right now, and what we think is that around July we'll be ready to install lights in the city, LED street lights in the city of Glens Falls. So we're kind of excited. Here we go. That's it. That's all I've got for you. Thank you.
That's all?
I know.
Good job.
Thanks.
I appreciate what you guys have done on that Sustainability Committee. Ms. Reed?
I have none.
Mr. Clark?
I have done.
Ms. Palmer?
The only update, we didn't do committee reports last time, but the last time the tech committee met, we were considering cybersecurity options, and that has since been taken care of, and we now have cybersecurity insurance for the city.
Yep, and we've been bonded, so we do have it.
That's great.
That's
great news.
Okay, so under the resolutions, there's not many of them, but first one is voice vote. Resolution approving minutes of the April 14th, 2020 meeting of Glens Falls Common Council. 2 is a resolution accepting the March 2020 report of the City Court Parking Violations Bureau.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there anything under the roll call vote that you would like to pull for discussion? Number 3 is a resolution approving community development annual payments of $6,941.96. Number 4 is a resolution approving a seasonal mobile unit license for Tiny Barrel, 16 William Street, Hudson Falls, to operate an ice cream truck with trailer attachment in the city of Glens Falls for a 6-month period with the following stipulations. Cooley's ice cream truck may vend at the Shirt Makers Guild with proper social distancing at a fixed location along with the other food truck vendors only. Cooley's ice cream truck may not vend on city streets until Governor Cuomo's coronavirus quarantine rules are lifted in the city's 10 allows mobile food units vendors to operate on city streets. Number 5 is a resolution authorizing the payment of the first installment of the health insurance stipend for 2020 per the attached list, and authorizing the Controller's Office to move money within the accounts to facilitate payment of said stipend as listed on the attached. Number 6 is a resolution approving the warrant.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Ms. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Palmer?
Yes.
Mr. Indiviri?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Old business.
Mr. Mayor, we had
Oh, we
an
did.
addendum.
Yeah, I don't have it with me. You got it? I forgot that one. So we'll add that one. This will be resolution number 7 and number 8. So this is a agenda addendum, and it's a resolution approving the annual license agreement with the Glens Falls Farmers Market Association for the period of May 2nd, 2020 to October 31st, 2020 at the South Street Market Pavilion with the following agenda for this year. Waiver of the $1,000 annual fee, compliance with the New York State Department of Agriculture, guidance for operations of the farmers market in response to COVID-19, including wearing a face covering and maintaining a 6-foot distance from others in public. 2 is a resolution increasing general fund expense line A 11355-1000, assessor's personal services by $176.78, and increasing general fund expense line A 11355-8000, assessor FICA 1352, and decreasing general fund expense line A 11658-8000.1, health insurance by $190.30.
So moved.
Second.
Okay,
We need roll call
roll
again.
call vote again.
Ms. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Ms. Palmer?
Yes.
Mr. Indiviri?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry, thanks, Ms. Reed, I forgot. Okay, old business, Mr. Enberry,
I have none.
Mr. Collins,
I have none.
Ms. Reed,
I have none.
Mr. Clark,
I have none.
and Ms. Farmer.
Old business and new, I guess, we didn't get to celebrate Arbor Day as we were planning to celebrate our Tree City status and hang the sign and plant a tree, but we did announce that our request for proposals for our tree inventory will be going out in May, so that's exciting news for the city.
Thank you. Good. How about new business, Mr. Enberry,
I have none.
Mr. Collins,
I have none.
Ms. Reed,
I have none.
Mr. Clark,
I have none.
and Ms. Farmer.
I have none.
Okay. Well, I have a few things. So I gave all of you an update from the state on the governor's outlines for additional guidelines for phase plan to reopen. I also giving you an update coming from the county about the number of cases in the county. So that's for you guys to do. I try to keep you informed on that. A lot of you might have seen in the paper or heard that we did get some masks. Queensbury, and also Washington County. We took a little bit different approach on the mask. We decided in this conference with the fire chief is that the first line of defense for our fire department and our police department was to make sure that they had a good number of masks, and when they enter into a situation, as it be, whether it be a EMS call or a police call, and the person doesn't have a mask, they immediately put the mask on that person. So we did that. So we decided to distribute that. We have some put aside for City Hall when they do open, and people come into City Hall and they don't have a mask. We'll ask them to put that mask on, wash their hands. There's going to be a lot of different protocol that we're going to have to go through. So we did that. And then we also decided that we should give them out to the most vulnerable population. And we gave them to the high-rises. We gave some to the Community Action Center. We also gave them to, Open Door Mission, Family Services Association, Buntsville Senior Center, Salvation Army, Village Green Apartments, and we have them for Glens Transit also, so the people that, if they're going to ride a bus and they don't have a mask, we have to get to them. So all of our departments, the Public Works, as I mentioned, the fire and police have them too. So we still have some, and we decided an easy way to do it was to put them in storage shops. So we put 100 in each of the 4 storage shops, and also Cumberland Farms and Dohany's Market. And we still will have a little bit left over here at City Hall, and I did miss one. I missed one in Washington County Mental Health, and we did call them and tell them that we would bring them to them.
All right, I just got something from Karen Pratt about that, saying she just spoke to Mark Donahue and they needed some for
Mark
their
Donahue?
Yeah,
CWI?
their resident- Yeah,
CWI.
CWI. They had 65 residents.
Okay.
And then 250 residential staff members and so on and so forth, but whatever they can get.
Yeah, we'll see what we got. Absolutely. So I wanted to report on that. So what we've been doing is we've been having, as far as City Hall, just to give you an idea, obviously we got to keep running. Bob's been doing a good job. Bob's got more people working in City Hall now. He's they're social distancing. I think you've got. Do you want to report on what you got going there?
Yeah, originally I was doing 3 days, 4 days a week by myself and found that it was just getting a little crazy. I'd be at my phone at my desk and the phones out front would ring, or I'd be out there and the other ones would ring and emails are coming in. So we're bringing people in and it's helping us keep pace. We were also very lucky, the mayor and Chief Schrammel spoke, and DPW put some plexiglass in our office, which is a barrier which we will keep after this coronavirus, which is certainly helpful. And I think, Mayor, that maybe some of the other offices are going to do that as well.
Yeah, so we've got it down at the window for in the controller's office when people pay the bills. We're also going to do it here for Gurney and for Yvonne, and we're going to do it in here with the assessor. So those are cautionary things that we're going to do. There's going to be some changes obviously coming up. So, and so Suzanne has been buried in the controller's office with taxes coming in, and now it's all in the mail because the people can't come in, so we got the taxes, we got the water bills. So there's been a lot of work. So Suzanne was down to one person a day, and now she's had to bring another person in social distance because we still have the payroll to do, and there's a lot in Suzanne's department. She's working on bonds and audits, and so she's buried. So there's a lot. So, it makes you think about all the things that, our staff has to do. It's pretty amazing. But we're staying ahead of it. Judy and Amy and Bernie came in the last 2 days and bagged all these individual masks. So they stepped up to help us out. So we were able to bag those, and then we had the fire department go around and deliver them out to all these different, different spots that we dropped them off. So, is there anything else? Ed, you got anything to report this evening?
I would just want to indicate that the positive thing that is occurring is with the council's approval this evening of the opening of the farmers market in the city of Glens Falls. This is a significant event. I have to commend Tom Wells as president of the farmers market that has undertaken due diligence. First at their winter location at Sanford Street, where they undertook when they went outside the last couple of weeks with the social distancing, the wearing of masks. They have further following the guidance from the New York State Department of Agriculture that list several types of things that basically the farmers market will be open only for food only at this particular time. There will be social distancing actually marked. There will be 2 people per vendor, one that will be handling the cash with gloves, the other will be handling the products with gloves on. There will be sanitizers on each of the vendors' tables. The restroom will be equipped with sanitizer. Also, there will be 2 to 3 other sanitizing locations there. Also, they will be working and asking people not to be congregating as they come in. Anybody without a mask will be turned away and not be entered into the perimeter areas as they well. They all recognize the seriousness of maintaining the various guidance, but it's an opportunity on Saturday. The weather should be good, an opportunity for families in the area to come down, but please do not congregate at the various tables and hang out there, do your product. Kind of walk from your residential areas to downtown, as well as travel and walk through our downtown area to see how vibrant it will be shortly in a few more weeks, hopefully. But this is a great sign, but it could not happen again without the cooperation of the City Council, Department of Public Works under the direction of Superintendent Gerard is out there making sure that it'll be clean and ready to go. So after many weeks here, I think there's a fresh opening for the city to at least start putting on a new chapter here through this virus. And thank you, Mayor, for your leadership in getting this thing done in less than a week. So good job by all, and we'll see you Saturday.
Well, I couldn't do it without your help, Ed, so you get a lot of credit for that, but also for a lot of things.
And I'd like to thank Dave Klingbeil from Ron Newell's office for finalizing the agreement, and our conversations we had. The Department of Agriculture was very happy to hear about our opening, as well as giving us last minute direction and guidance.
I've been going to the Sanford Street open air market, and it's been a great way to support local farmers, local businesses, and it has felt very safe. I've seen sanitizer, people are wearing masks, so they're doing a great job.
Yep, David.
So I got a little off track when I was talking about the staff. So what we've been doing on Fridays is we have a 2 o'clock staff meeting teleconference, and all the departments call in and they all give us an update of where they're at, their employees, make sure everybody's good. Knock on wood, we've had no health problems, and the departments are running. And obviously you've read in the paper about the Glens Falls Transit started running again, and that was good. He did get a nice grant from the federal government, which is going to help a lot to keep going for the summer once we get going. So we're struggling through this, but I think we're doing okay, and gave you all a report from the state and from the county on what's going on, so I have nothing further than that. Does anyone else have anything? Okay, so with that, I would like to go into executive session, so I look for a motion to move into executive session.
So moved. Second.
For the purposes of litigation?
For the purpose of litigation. So I'll look for a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Do you want to take a vote on coming out?
Oh yeah, I do have to do a roll call.
Okay.
Sorry. Mr. Enderberry,
Yes.
Mr. Collins.
Yes?
Ms. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
and Ms. Palmer.
Yes.
Okay, now motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So we're out.